And we're live down here on Professor Bats and Fins. Come on now. I
Hey,
got
buddy.
Wolfman Jack going on.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I worked late last night and I'm a little bit tired. I got a new dog and she's wearing me out. This single dad dog thing is
Dude, you work all the time, and you're single dog dad in it.
single dog dad. Yeah, single dad dog, whatever. It's an experience. I'm making it though. Um, Me and little PJ, we're making it. But anyway, it's been pretty good. Been pretty good. Really enjoy having somebody to talk to, even though she don't talk back uh, most of the time. She says some stuff, but nah,
Yeah,
I don't
I
understand
heard her
that.
talking the other night on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, what a week we have had. We're gonna talk about it here in just a second. But thank you for being here. You are live on Professor
Bats and friends.
Bats and Friends. Here we go.
Digging
We are, come on now. We are live on social media land.
it.
My goodness. Welcome, Tony.
Hey, buddy.
Man,
Hey,
it's good to see you.
you too, man.
We did not have uh, a show last week because I probably had the hardest class I have taken since my master's program. It was very involved. I had a lot of homework, and
I know,
man,
man.
what a week.
I didn't hardly get to talk to you at all last week.
I was
You're
doing
busy. Homework.
one presentation after another, after another, after another. And but the good thing was that my lieutenant at work taught the class, and he said that I actually did very well. So getting praise from your lieutenant is rare, so I'll take it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Man, now you had a pretty eventful weekend with Kelly.
I did. I did, man. So I got to catch up with Kelly, and so it was one of the um, budget overland. You know those guys.
Yeah.
They had a little trip planned, and they sort of let me tag along at the last minute. Treated me like family and stuff, So that was really good. Um, got to meet Benji Ward and Caleb Baker, Baker Overland, Eli Sturgeon,
Yeah.
um, Mike Hancock, Trevor. Oh,
Mhm.
one thing I forgot to tell you, Trevor gave me a bottle of this. Oh, oh, uh,
Hmm.
it's I can't remember now what it was. I'll think of it here in a minute. But it was the best. It's stuff I don't drink.
Hmm.
A soda,
Yeah.
root beer. There you go.
Root beer.
All
Root
right,
beer.
but it's honey root beer.
What?
You ever heard of honey root beer?
Uh-uh.
Anyway, it is good.
Okay.
Uh, I'm sure I missed somebody, missed some of the guys there, but yeah, they were all great. Treated me like family and had a great time. Lots of trail carnage and all that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
you have to you have to go watch Budget Overland's videos on that trip.
Well, good.
Yeah,
Good. Maybe they'll make you famous.
yeah, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There was a guy on the trail that weekend driving an FJ that hydrolocked it.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
Sometimes we make poor decisions in life,
yeah.
and
It
I'm
wasn't
sure
a
that was one of his.
yeah, it wasn't a guy in our group. He was coming the opposite way on the trail, so we all
Hmm.
had to sort of you know two step around through the trees and get by him and stuff while they were getting him back on the road. But anyway,
Yeah. Okay. Well, while you were doing that, Gia and I continued our Arkansas State Park tour.
oh,
We went down south towards Hot Springs, and our first stop was at the Wisconsin cheese store. And it was perfect timing on our part because we got there. We were the only ones in the store, and let me tell you, these ladies are like, "Hey, come on in! We got cheese," and I'm like, "Yeah!" And man, they started bringing out the samples, and we started downing cheese. Oh my goodness, it was, "Hey, you want to try this? You want to try this? You want to try this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yes, 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 yes."
yes,
And
yes, all.
I mean, they just brought it all out, and it was great. But the one thing that blew my mind: chocolate cheese. Okay, I never even heard of such a thing. I didn't
Wow.
know it existed, and it really doesn't even sound that good. But I can tell you from my experience of eating lots of chocolate in my life and lots of cheese in my life that chocolate cheese is better than any fudge I've ever had.
No way.
It is unreal good.
So you drove all the way to Wisconsin to this cheese store?
No, it was in Hot Springs.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
just like I said, it's like we're married. You don't listen. But anyway, I walked out of there with about $90 worth of cheese. I bought blueberry cheese and Havarti cheese and smoked Gouda cheese, and I bought these, meats to put on and crackers. I knew that we were going there, and we were in the Adventure Prius, so I took my
I mean,
extra fridge and my EcoFlow, and I had it plugged in the back, had the fridge going, so we could just take off through there. So I put it in there. It was great. I love it.
nice.
Fun. It was fun. We got some people listening. Thank you for being here. I
Yes.
appreciate all of our regulars being here. Gia's here. Tim is on his lunch break. Thank you, Tim. 2014 taco. Ask what's cooking. Arliss here. You better have Tim Havner. I was on a Jeep rescue mission in Arkansas last week. Great time. Can't wait to move. Oh man, we got a great state here. That's for sure. And we've got some good weather right now.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. Tate
Good.
Davis in the house. Overland Spices. Hello,
Hey,
Tate.
buddy.
www.overlandspices.com. Love all the stuff. In fact, I had some of that a while ago. I made some mini frittatas for dinner.
Yeah.
Put some put some of the Overland Spices on there. Arla says I love cheese and chocolate long time. 620 guns and ammo. Man,
Chad.
appreciate y'all being on here with us. We
Yeah.
got a good group. Got a good group. But after we went to the cheese store, we went to DeGray Lake State Park, Washita Lake State Park, Lake Catherine State Park. We hiked every single trail at DeGray Lake. There's 6 hiking trails, and we hiked every single one of them. It was pretty fun. We had a great time.
Nice.
And this past weekend, we were supposed to go backpack on the Butterfield Trail up at Devil's Den, up
Yeah.
towards your
That's
way,
just right down the road.
just right down the road.
Yeah.
But instead, I got a dog, and so I became a single dog dad, whatever.
Yeah.
She's a rescue French bulldog, and I've been holding out for a Frenchie. Most people know that I had an English bulldog. Long story, don't have no more. But
Yeah.
I have uh, one of my people that I work with does a rescue. She's been on me about getting a dog. Oh, you're single. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to hang out with. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Nope. No, thank you. Well, she finally last week, during the longest week of my life, got a French bulldog, and she said, "Hey, I got a Frenchie," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." Well, anyway, she's pretty much amazing. She's the sweetest thing ever. She loves dogs, which Bruiser didn't. And she loves people. She minds well. She is awesome. I love her. So we'll be taking her on a lot of adventures, and she will live the rest of her life. I promise you, she will have a pretty much amazing life.
Oh
So she's
well, I mean, just last weekend I see her. She's laying down in the creeks and
laid in the creek. Oh my gosh! So we were at Catter Summit Park on a hike. It was 1 mile. It was 62 degrees, really nice outside. Apparently, it was pretty warm for her. Got to a creek and I said, "Hey, you want a drink of water?" And she's like, "Nope, I want to take a bath." So she just laid right down in the water. It was great. It was so freaking awesome.
dogs are
But
awesome.
the next day we went to Toltec Mounds State Park in Scott, Arkansas, and we took there was two trails. You could do a paved trail or a off road trail. We took the off road trail. I mean, like walking off road, and got to a place where it was like low water, water standing everywhere. She ventured off the trail, laid right down in the water, and started army crawling through the water. It was amazing. So she's pretty fun. She's pretty
Yeah,
fun. But yeah, she's
heck
pretty
yeah.
fun. So anyway, life changing, all that good stuff. But anyway, well, we've got a lot to talk about. We last week or 2 weeks ago we talked about breakfast and what we like to talk about breakfast, and today we're going to talk about lunch and what we like to cook up some lunch. But first, we're going to talk about our sponsor spotlight. Here we go. It's now time for the sponsor spotlight, talking about all the products, services, events, and businesses that we use and love. Here we go. All right, this week we're talking about Northbound Expeditions. Now, you've talked to these guys personally. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the owners are Virgil and Steph. Steph is fiance, Steph. They are Northbound Expeditions, an adventure lifestyle company specializing in adventure travel throughout the Maritimes, video productions, and adventure driven productions and innovative quality trail gear designed and made in Canada.
Canada,
Yeah.
NBX Trail Gear since 2018. These guys are really interesting. If you look them up, which is nbexpeditions.com,
Yeah.
nbexpeditions.com. They are they're living the life, man. They are actually going out and doing overlanding. They have a YouTube channel, filming all this stuff, taking really cool pictures, putting on social media and all that. And they've got a lot of gear. They've got shirts, hats, t-shirts, and we actually got one of their garb bags, which
Yeah.
is an acronym for garbage and recycling bag.
Yeah.
Which original product name was coined by Virgil in 2018. So it's really nice compared to the other ones that I have tried. It's really nice, and I've got it on my trailer, and I pack that sucker, I mean, tight
Yeah.
with trash
Yeah.
coming out, and it's the perfect size to go on my spare on my trailer. So really
Yeah.
nice stuff. nbexpeditions.com.
Yeah, we've got their original size on Arla's, or we got one for her Jeep, the bigger one, and then I've got the um, the one they sent that's for the tailgate size.
Mm-hmm.
So heck yeah, man, big
That's
fan of
awesome.
their stuff.
Yeah, NB Expeditions, northboundexpeditions.com. But it's a garb bag.
Anybody, if you want to see what one of those looks like, come find us at the More Expo. You can see
More
it for
Expo.
yourself in person.
Speaking of More Expo, we got some things on the calendar. Tony, why don't you tell us what we got on the calendar for 2023?
Yeah, so we got the More Expo, April 21st through 23rd in Springfield, Missouri.
We're going to be there.
We are?
We're going to be there.
Heck yeah, we're going to be there.
Going to be in the, I'm going to be helping out with Go Explore booth, and we're also going to be in the, where are we going to be?
Well, we're going to be in the Storytellers.
Storytellers.
Your rig's going to be in the Rhino Rack booth.
My rig's going to be in the Rhino Rack booth.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that's going to be. I just have to, they'll tell me when I get there. But my trailer where I'll be living
Yeah,
those
because
3 days.
We're camping.
We're camping. That's what you're supposed to do.
Excited.
We'll be in a storyteller booth, so that'd be pretty cool. So
Yep.
more expo, awesome.
More expo. Then we got Bonfire Rendezvous put on by the great folks of Natural State Overland on April 29th and 30th. That's on the eastern side of the Ozarks.
Eastern side of the Ozarks.
Eastern side. Long ways over there.
Yeah.
And then Overland Expo West, May 19th through the 21st in Flagstaff, Arizona. We have Overland Expo Pacific Northwest, July 7th through the 9th in Redmond, Oregon. Overland Expo Mountain West, August 25th through the 27th in Loveland, Colorado. Big Iron Overland Rally, September 29th through the 30th in West Mineral, Kansas.
And make sure you get that because that's the first time it's ever been in September. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It should be a lot cooler than it was this past year when it was the temperature of the sun.
Literally the temperature of the sun.
Yeah. So Tate, thank you, Tate, for talking me into doing the cooking competition so I could melt from the inside out. It was fun. Had a great time.
Yeah. I left one side of the sun in Arizona to come around to the other side of the sun. And
man,
anyway, and then we have Overland Expo East in Arrington, Virginia. That's October 6th through the 8th. And the last thing we have on our calendar here for this year is Natural State Overland's Rendezvous in the Ozarks. That's October 12th through the 14th at Mulberry Mountain Resort.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. That's a lot.
There's a lot going on.
You know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to put together a Professor Bats and Friends camp
out. I like what you're saying to me right now.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Because let me tell you, these things that we just rattled off there, that's not really my thing. I like going out in the middle of nowhere with a few people, not like thousands of people.
Yeah.
Most, the reason I got into this was to get away from people. So it would behoove us to invite a few people like Tim and Gia and Chris Marler and Amy Marler and the 2014 Taco.
Yeah.
Come and let's camp out and cook and eat and sit around the fire and jib jab. It'll be fun.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
We'll have to plan that.
Let's do it.
Plan that.
Let's do it.
We could do we could copy off Matt and do like a subscriber event.
Yeah.
Except we don't have subscribers. We just have listeners.
We just have listeners.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what we can do. We can have Chris Marler take one of his gigantic machines and just go clear us out a big giant wherever we want in the woods and just make room for everybody. I bet he could do it.
The most non-people-y people person ever.
That's me. That's how she describes me. Yeah. So thank you for that. And that's my fault for putting that on the screen.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, and Arla. We'll invite Arla actually because I like hanging out with Arla. So let's dive off into it.
Yeah. So where are we going? Where are we going to go?
Shoot.
Oh, wait. Never mind. You're talking about. Okay, never mind. I'm still stuck on camping. You had me at camping.
Let's go to Idaho. Let's go to Idaho in June.
You can't say that to me. I mean,
I got all the stuff. All we need is gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas moolah and vacation time. Of course, you got the time.
I got the time.
Anyway, sorry.
I was going to ask you now, you're working like a corporate job. You don't get to, this time of year, I never see you with long pants on, and you have to wear long pants to work, don't you?
All the time. All the time.
Like the first year I knew you, I never saw you with long pants on, ever.
Didn't need to.
If it was above like 20 degrees, you had shorts on. I swear I'd never seen anybody like it. It was funny. Oh man, I got distracted chasing rabbits. So
Sorry, yeah,
anyway,
that was my fault. I was still stuck on camping. All right.
so getting back to the topic. Getting back to the topic. I love in the overlanding world, there's different things that people love to do. So it's kind of like subsections of the big picture. People like to get out, go out, uh, go across land, camp out, whatever. Some people like to wheel. Some people like to see different things. Some people like to hang out at camp and cook. And that is me. I love hanging out at camp and cooking. And that got me thinking what we like to eat and want to share with everybody what we do. And I want everybody to get on here. Oh man, he said, "You don't want to see my scary legs." I want everybody to get on here, and we're going to be talking about what we like to eat. A few weeks ago, we talked about breakfast, and crazy how it took the whole show to talk about breakfast. But there was just, once we got into it, there was just so much stuff. And today we're moving on to lunch. We probably will not get on into dinner until next week
Yeah,
because I got to thinking about lunch, and Gia and I, uh, it has become one of my favorite things. And I used to not even hardly eat it,
yeah,
but uh, a lot of people like to eat, and so this is kind of a popular topic. And so, side note, like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, we're coming up with a menu for the Go Explore, and I'm gonna have to feed about 17 people when we cook, and you're gonna be on this trip, and so we're coming up with a menu, and so I need some ideas because I don't want to get in the rut of making the same thing over and over and over and over again.
yeah.
But there are some things that I really like, and so I want to get off into it and talk about what we like for lunch. But first, we need to be reminded of where we're at and what we're doing. You are watching and listening to Professor Bats and Friends.
Hi, this is Jerry from Kemble Tusk.
I'm Lisa. I'm Katie, and we are Team Wild Maven.
Hey, this is Aaron with Artemis Overland Hardware.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Kara from Ozark Overland Adventures.
I'm Tate with Overland Spices.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew with Rock Squatch Designs, here with the Rock Squatch.
This is Jeff with Bad Academic Cup.
And you're watching
Professor
Professor.
Bats.
Bats.
Professor Bats and Friends.
Professor Bats and Friends.
Professor Bats and Friends.
Professor Bats and Friends.
The Professor Bats and Friends.
Professor Bats and Friends.
Yeah!
Oh,
Sorry, I was getting a drink.
thought you drinking some liquid death there, Tony.
Liquid Death,
Yeah,
mountain spring water.
well, that's
I
just
can. For y'all that don't know,
there it goes.
mountain water. This is great stuff.
Oh my goodness. So on a typical work day, like a regular day, do you take your lunch or do you eat out normally?
Oh man, I don't know if I have a typical. I mean, like it varies. Today, for example, we had somebody come in and one of our consultants that we work with, they offered to take us out to lunch, and we went to this place 2 blocks down the road from the office, and had these fantastic grilled shrimp tacos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's like that, but I mean, I take leftovers. My wife's a great cook, so sometimes we have leftovers. Sometimes I like to get out and go grab a sandwich. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just sort of depends. I don't really have a set thing. It's just kind of a,
Random. Just
yeah.
random.
Just
Yeah, I'm random too because some of the things that we have at work, I don't really care for. But some of the things I really like. Like today we had chicken nachos, and I love nachos, and because it's cheese dip, and cheese dip is the nectar of the gods, and so I just love it, and I just
Facts.
love
Yeah.
it on anything and everything,
Yeah.
and so I had to have it, and so I'm always really nice with the cafeteria ladies, and they love me, and I actually took them flowers on Valentine's Day. That's how much I love them, and so they take care of me. And so anyway, so, since last year, gosh, it's almost been a year now. We're in March, and I had my total life change in April, and so since I've changed my lifestyle, my eating habits, I'm much different than I used to be. At work throughout the week, I try to fast until noon, and that's hard for me because lunch. Gia got me doing this, but lunch starts at 10:40, and
Yeah.
so it's really hard to be around food if you're not eating food. You know, most of the time when we go to a restaurant, we order something to eat. We don't just go and hang out and leave
Right.
without
Right.
ordering something. It's hard.
Yeah.
Can't do that. And so yesterday, I usually fast all day on Mondays, and so trying to think about what we were going to talk about today, constantly about food on a day that I couldn't eat, that was torture. And it was really tough. And so
I would say there's probably some days where I do that too, where I'll just have coffee for breakfast, and then before I know it, it's lunchtime.
yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
Sometimes it happens
And
that way.
that really gets your body jump started, healthy, whatever. But we as a staff on Fridays, we pretty much have the same thing every week. So we have some chicken in some form on Mondays. We have nachos on Tuesdays, pizza crunchers Wednesdays. Thursdays are the good days, chicken, mashed potatoes, or mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And then Fridays we have cheeseburgers. And I'm not a big cheeseburger fan. And so Fridays, the front office staff usually orders out on Fridays. But most days I have a protein shake, which I really love, strawberries, bananas, peanut butter, all that stuff. And I like that because that satisfies my sweet tooth. I don't eat much sugar. And so that gives me something sweet. And I crave that. It's so good.
Yeah.
But, I love looking forward to that next meal. I love looking forward to that lunch. And so, what would you say if you had your favorites? What would you say that would be your favorite things for lunch?
Like during the week when I'm at work.
Uh, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because
say,
I've
I'm
got
gonna say
something.
either.
I've got
Yeah.
something favorite at camp too to talk
Okay.
about. So
Yeah,
I'll
go
say it
ahead.
work. So, honestly, my favorite thing. My wife is a pretty good cook when she has time to cook. She's
Mm.
like a lot of moms. She's busy running and going all the time. But when she cooks and there's leftovers are my favorite.
I like it.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So,
I like it.
yeah, Jason Hester, Mountain Water. It is from the Alps. Jason knows.
What?
Yeah,
Liquid Death Mountain Water from the Alps.
drinking water from the Alps. That's right.
Wow.
Facts. Oh, and then Chris, yeah, I don't know. That's
Man,
dicey sometimes, buddy.
7-Eleven. I tell
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Well, for me, I want something light. I don't want something heavy that will make me feel like I just ate a wheelbarrow full of bricks. I want something light.
Dude, those
So
those tacos that I had today, I'm still full.
still full.
Still full from lunch.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, what about camping? What's your go-to lunch for camping when you're camping?
Well, so usually when we camp, there's usually a big breakfast involved.
Okay, so before you answer, does having breakfast affect what you have for lunch or not?
100%. Whether
Okay.
I'm camping or at work or whatever, 100% what I have for breakfast. Because if I eat a big breakfast, it's death for the nerds. uh, so yeah, it does depend. But like at camp, usually lunch for me consists of a light meal. Sometimes it's leftovers from breakfast.
Hmm.
But one of my favorites is, and it's like this time we went to Colorado for our anniversary trip on our top of Pikes Peak. We had these lettuce wraps. They were ham and turkey and cheese and Miracle Whip and pickles, and we had fruit I think we had some of the best blueberries I've ever had, and just standing there enjoying that. But just something light. Sometimes it's something as simple as like pork rinds and bean dip.
Mm,
Yeah.
you're so good about remembering the hot bean dip.
Bean dip.
I
I mean,
love it.
Anyway,
I
so
love it.
just usually it's something simple for lunch,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
also at camp, it's we always have a big meal at camp, so I don't want to
Yeah,
spoil my dinner.
yeah. Don't want to spoil the dinner. Well, for me, breakfast really doesn't affect my lunch, and the reason is because when I changed my eating habits, I went from 3 big meals a day or 2 big meals a day to 5 really small meals a day. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
much just like a grazer
yeah,
throughout the day. I don't eat near as much, so I get hungry more often.
right.
Um, but for me, my go-to lunch is we call it a picnic.
Yeah,
Um, Summer sausage cut up with cheese and crackers. I highly recommend you find a cheese store. If you like cheese, find a cheese store. There's one in Springfield. There's one in Hot Springs. They got them all over the place. And one of these days, I want to go to Wisconsin and actually go to the cheese store because all these cheese stores get all the cheese from Wisconsin.
yeah.
And so I just want to take a trip to Wisconsin just to go for the cheese. But I highly recommend trying out different brands of summer sausage, finding one you like. We actually found one last weekend that had cranberries in it, which we tried it and it was really really good. Um,
Sounds weird.
I know it does, doesn't it? But I need a meat slicer. And as much as I slice meat, I really need a meat slicer. So hopefully I can get one of those. But I love summer sausage, cheese, and crackers. I have
Ooh,
the
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Funyuns and bean dip.
Funyuns.
What?
Funyuns.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by Funyuns
Okay,
and
I'm gonna have to put that one down. I'm
yeah.
gonna have to put that one down and try that because I love Funyuns and I love bean dip. So hmm. I have recently fell in love with chicken salad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love chicken salad. Now the best chicken salad is homemade, the one that
Yeah.
I make. Now it costs like $800 to make a small thing of chicken salad. If you do it the right way, it's so expensive to go and get the rotisserie chicken and get the nuts and the cranberries and
I got an idea
okay, what you got?
for the Professor Bats and Friends camp out.
Yeah,
You and Arla and whoever else wants to needs to have a chicken salad contest.
okay, I'm in.
I love her. I love her
Man, I
chicken salad.
love
Anyway,
chicken salad.
yeah, that's good.
I have actually found some chicken salad that we buy. Walmart makes a chicken salad that has cranberries and almonds, I think, and it's really good. I've really enjoyed it, and for it to be not homemade and pretty cheap, it's really good. Um, and I also put a grape on top of it, so I make me a little salad, and then I stick me a grape on top of it because
Yeah,
I like the
yeah.
fruit. I like the
I
fruit
don't.
in it.
I don't know. You keep talking about these cranberries. I don't know about cranberries.
Cranberries are good,
I
man.
like the grapes. I like
The
where you're going with
cranberries
the
are
grapes,
good.
but
I
I don't
love
know about
cranberries.
the cranberries. That's
Cranberries.
like grapes on pizza or something.
Doesn't cranberries isn't that the one that like they plant them like in water and they float to the top and then they pick them on the top of the water? Is that what cranberries? Is that how you do cranberries?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Cranberries
There
make my mouth
is
turn inside out, so I don't like them.
Mason Mark Hamilton Berry is in the house.
The Mason Berry.
The Mason Berry. Blue Line
Ooh,
Overland.
yeah.
We're
No.
going he's gonna have another auction. You need to have another auction, bro.
I know.
So you need to make some money for them kids.
That's right.
You
Christmas
know,
week.
I want to ask you this, Tony.
Okay.
And I want if you're out there listening, we have some people listening. Have your taste buds changed with time? Like there was some stuff that you did not like as a kid, but now you like
Yeah.
as an adult.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you name anything?
Asparagus.
Asparagus.
Yes. Yep. I would absolutely run for the hills if they tried to feed me asparagus when I was a kid.
You know, We had some
And I love
asparagus
it
the other
now.
night, and
Yeah.
asparagus changes the smell of your urine. It's crazy.
It does.
It is really weird.
Yeah.
There's something going on in here. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I don't
It's
know.
really odd.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
How about you?
asparagus.
Is your taste buds changed?
Pimento cheese.
No. See,
I love it.
mine hadn't changed on that.
I love it.
Nope.
I absolutely love it. And I found some jalapeno pimento cheese that is so freaking good. And
Really?
olives. I like olives. Didn't used to like olives.
And still, I'm kind of back and forth on
Mason said onions for him. He used to hate onions. Now he loves them.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love pimento cheese and crackers. I love it. In fact, I had some today at work because I took some leftovers, some snack foods, and but the thing that'll blow your mind, in our picnic. Okay, we went to the Mennonite store. Where did you say that was?
Huntsville. The Huntsville
There's a
pantry.
Mennonite store in Huntsville. Okay.
Yeah.
We found these banana chips, and so they're dehydrated or freeze dried bananas. They cut them
All right.
real thin, and
I like-
they
I like where you're
dehydrate
going
them
with
where they're crispy.
Yeah.
We dip those in peanut butter.
What?
And it is to die for. I'm telling you, best thing ever.
Okay. After this, I'm going to the store. I got to find
Best
some.
thing ever. I'm telling you, they are so good. I mean, what goes better with peanut butter than bananas, other than jelly? But
That sounds pretty good, actually.
and I will blow your mind even more. I found some banana jelly, and so we took. I know, we took some peanut butter, banana jelly, put it on a cracker. It was. I'm telling you, golly, son.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and we
Yeah.
also have honey roasted peanut
Honey
butter
roasted
there.
peanut butter is.
They have their homemade peanut butter there as well. So we used their peanut butter with their banana chips. It was unreal. So
Yeah.
good.
As the kids these days say, it's bussin'.
Yes, bussin'.
Yeah.
And then of course to top off the picnic for me is cheese dip or spicy bean dip. So
Yeah.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Now, would you consider yourself a soup guy?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't used to be a big soup guy, but last year, I got the jet boil and you introduced me to all these kind of noodles and different things. And, and especially how easy they are to make in the jet boil.
Well, you have recently discovered some new kind of soup that is outrageous.
Oh, it's so good. I took it to that trip with Budget Overland and Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I didn't have enough for everybody, but everybody, sort of tried some of it, and it was so good. The seafood stew, man.
Seafood stew from Aldi.
From Aldi's is legit.
Frozen.
I'm telling you, it's frozen.
It is the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. It comes in a bag, and all the juice is like frozen to the seafood. And so when you dump it out, it's just a bunch of clumps. But all you do is turn a burner on, put it in a pot, and turn the burner on, and within a few minutes, it's done.
Yep.
It's outrageous good.
You don't add water to it. You don't add anything to it. You just cook it until, like maybe 15, 20 minutes to get everything melted and maybe finish cooking the fish or whatever. But and then add whatever you want, your favorite overland spices or anything like that. It's so good.
It is good. Well, this past weekend, I picked up some. We were cruising through Walmart in the section where they have their stuff that they make, and they had some lobster bisque.
Yeah,
it was so good, and it was so cheap. It was like a big old bowl of it for $4, and we just heated it up on the stove and had it with some bread. It was so good.
So is it?
In fact, I think Gia had that tonight.
Is it like in the deli or what?
It's the market side fresh stuff, but yeah, it was in the deli section where they have the deli, where they have all the sandwiches that they sell and the soups and stuff.
Okay.
Lobster bisque or crab bisque. It was outrageous good.
Really?
I was really shocked.
So
You
that's
could
something.
not buy the stuff and make it as good as what they make it. I'm
That's
telling
something that's simple. You can just grab, on the way
you.
out to
Grab
camp
it,
or something,
just stick
and
it in
warm
the
it.
fridge, take it out, heat it up in the jet bowl. So good. And Gia said, yeah, and she added a little
Tabasco.
Tabasco to make it a little.
Oh,
Yeah. In fact, I told her the next time that we get it, I'm gonna get uh, what do you call them? The little baby shrimp, cocktail shrimp,
yeah.
and put down in there so you have something to chew. And because they're already cooked, and when you warm it up, just throw some in there, and oh my gosh,
I
I
bet
will
that
be having
was really good.
I will be having that. Um, Now for a sandwich, we have we got to experience when we were at the Buffalo. One of our buddies had a folding grill basket, and he had some like French bread he cut, put in there, put over the open fire, and grilled the bread to have with sandwich or soup. We had it with chili. It was so good.
We had,
Open flame.
smeared slathered it up with butter. Oh,
Did.
it's so good.
It was really good.
I need to find one of those baskets. I see one of those in my future.
I actually put one of those in my one when I was going through and making the notes for this. I actually put one in my cart on Amazon. So I've got one in my cart, and I will have one.
Is it long for French bread?
Yeah, it's
Oh
big.
boy.
They even have baskets. They make them a little bit thicker, where you can put bread in there, stand it up, or you can put vegetables over the open fire, so you can grill the vegetables over open
Oh, I
flame.
bet that'd be good.
um, Seafood, anything like that, you can put in there and just put over an open flame and grill it without having to like skewer it or anything like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, really, really cool.
I like
Um,
what you're saying to me right now.
I like lettuce wraps. I
Yeah.
eat lettuce wraps a lot since I'm
Yes.
trying to get away from bread. Lettuce wraps are really good with some, cheese, ham, onion,
Turkey, whatever kind of.
anything. So good.
Yeah.
And also, they have a lot of places have the long handled sandwich makers that you can cook over an open fire. So you just put your sandwich together, put it in there, a sandwich press, put it over an open fire, and you can have a hot sandwich. And I love doing that as well. Mine is actually a short handle. You have to do it over. You can't do it over an open fire because the handle's not long enough.
No.
You'd end up being burnt.
Burnt. You
But
end up with
you can
no
do
hair
it
on your
on
nose.
you can do it on your propane stove.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, but I love soup and sandwich. It's light,
Yeah.
it's easy, there's little mess. You can actually make several sandwiches at a time and save them for later, eat them going down the road. So that's easy
Yep.
and good to do. Now, one of the things that I just love, absolutely love, and ate at almost every lunch during our 3-week trip last summer was ramen.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when ramen came to the United States. That's how old I am. I remember working at a place called Crate Deals, and I was in college, and they brought this stuff in by the pallets. And I remember we could not keep it because it was like 10 packages for $1.
You mean it
And
hasn't always been here?
no, and
Oh.
college students would come in there and buy $10 and you could eat for a month. And so I really didn't catch on until later in life when I tried some and I thought, oh, this is really good and it's really easy. But you can boil water in a jet boil in just a little over a minute, and it makes really, really good ramen. And if it's cold outside and you want something warm on your belly, it's so easy. There's little mess to clean up, and I love it.
Hey, we got Van City Adventure on here.
Van City
Van
Adventure.
City.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I am in the market
Are you?
for a van.
Yeah.
Side note, we went and looked at vans this past weekend. I looked at the most expensive Sprinter van I've ever seen in my life. It was $278,000. It was, I was afraid to even touch it. But anyway, that's a
Yeah.
little out of my price range. But anyway, love vans. I will have a van. There's one in my future. But
They're really cool. I was going to see if Van City has any tips on what they do for lunch in van life.
oh man,
like
that'd be
that.
great. Love to
Yeah.
hear from them.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the ramen goes, I don't want to leave the ramen yet because
Yeah. No. Yep.
last year when I was on my diet, I would actually take a rotisserie chicken, throw the noodles away, put some rotisserie chicken in there, and have a spicy chicken soup. And so it was great. And also, if you look on Amazon, you can actually buy the freeze dried vegetables that they put in the ramen and add more to them if you want. I bought some onions, I bought some peppers, I bought all this other kind of stuff. Um, and so we run a full size Overland Dodge Ram. Oh my gosh. Though that's so cool. I love it. We didn't have a van. We were from Vancouver. Yeah.
Eli, he's one of the dudes I met from the budget overland trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rad dude. He's got all kinds of projects
Did you
going
say
on.
rad
He
dude?
is a rad dude.
Are you living in the 80s again? I mean, come on,
Hey,
bro.
if you're feeling it, let's run with it.
Oh
No, he's
my
cool.
gosh.
I think he's actually maybe the guy that pulled out that FJ that was
Oh, sweet.
yeah. Anyway,
Well,
hey Eli, thanks for coming on here and watching, man.
well, I love his first name, and his last name is like the largest fish in freshwater fish. So that's cool. You got a cool name, man. But I would highly recommend if you like ramen, next time you go to a big city, look up an Asian food mart and go by there, and there'll be like 1,000 different kinds, and it'll just blow your mind. And I love it. I love going to Springfield, go to Little Rock, find an Asian mart, and just go through there and pick you out some gourmet ramen. It's so good.
Yeah.
Do you ever cook things over the open fire?
Rarely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I tell you what I like over the open fire. Pizza rolls. Okay.
What?
So hear me out.
What?
It's the best thing, I promise.
You don't eat pizza rolls?
Totino's pizza rolls.
Yes.
I love them. I could live off of them, and yes, I do
We've
eat
got
'em.
probably 8 bags. My kid loves them.
If you thaw them out, don't do them while they're frozen, but if you thaw them out, just like lay them out in the morning or whatever, let them thaw
Yeah.
out, get a little mushy. Skewer them like you're cooking marshmallows. So put them on a marshmallow roaster, hold them over the fire. They get crispy, smoky, and they are to die for. I
No
love it.
way. No way,
So
dude.
good. One of the best
Really?
things you will ever eat at camp. I promise. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to add pizza rolls to the list to try.
Yep. I'm telling you, it's best. Yeah, they are so good. You will not regret it. It is a tried and proven, professor approved. I promise.
Yeah.
Have you ever made pizza on your scuttle?
I have not, but I know somebody who has.
Yeah, me. I make pizza all the time on my scuttle. If you have the little rack.
Oh, well, I
that
was going
goes
to
on
say
your
rhino,
scuttle.
but.
Sorry, I need new friends. If you have the little rack that goes on your scuttle, get you some Greek bread, like some pita bread that doesn't have the pocket.
Okay.
Or they also have the pizza crust and any kind of sauce that you like, and then any kind of meat that you like with cheese. It's easy, so easy. Or
So
you
you're
can make it
You're
in a
talking about really making it. You're not
really making a pizza. I'm
about
not
Red
talking about
Baron.
buying a pre-made one. No, I'm
Not a
talking
frozen
about.
Red Barons or nothing.
I'm talking about. I love the Greek bread, the pita bread that doesn't
Okay.
have the pocket. You can
That
get the
sounds good.
pocketless pita bread, and this put you some sauce, pepperonis. I like the ham, the sausage with some cheese. It is so
Dude, hang
good
on. I
and
gotta
easy.
write this down. Hang on. So pizza rolls,
Pizza rolls.
yeah, and then all that stuff.
It's so good. I'm telling you, it's so good. And what I like about it is the Greek bread. When you cook that, it gets crispy, and so it gets crispy, crunchy. And I said Totino's. Pizza rolls. and I know I was not high when I discovered that. I don't know what she's talking about, but no, I've never been high before in my life. Um, but anyway, you can fit like 10 at a time in the sandwich cooker. Oh, that's right. You can put pizza rolls in a sandwich cooker. So
See, I'm telling you.
that's awesome. Awesome. I love it. See, people are getting out there. Now, another thing that we have discovered, you and I have discovered, these are to die for.
Yep. Yep.
These are
Y'all need to get some of
Cookin
those. Do you like
stir-fried
noodles?
noodles. So in
Yes.
this package are pre-cooked noodles.
Yep.
There's 2 packages in here. It'll feed 2 people, or if you're a humongous person, it'll feed 1 person. Now, you can take those noodles, and also if you look on Amazon, you can get single packets of ragu sauce, spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
Single packets. That way you don't have to carry a jar and close
For-
it, store it, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
And those noodles, for those that may not realize what you
Go for it.
said there, when they're pre-cooked,
Yeah.
they don't have to be refrigerated.
They don't. And they last, if you're a prepper, they last like 10 years.
I've still
They
got a
do
package
not.
of them that I hauled all the way to Wyoming.
They do not go bad.
I
I'm
know.
telling you. The date on these, let me see if I can find the date on these. These things, I'm telling you. January of 2033 or something like that. 28, 2028. So they're good for like 5 years.
2018.
Yeah,
They're
well,
still
it's
good.
kind of smeared. I've had them for a while. But you can take spaghetti sauce and meat. You can take chicken with rotel, cream of mushroom soup, make chicken spaghetti. You can. I've got some scampi singles, shrimp scampi singles with some shrimp. Make some shrimp scampi.
And that Asian
Stir
sauce.
fry. You can put
What was that red Thai curry
red Thai curry. You
sauce that was so good with the chicken in that?
good.
Yes.
And
It's
the
easy.
great thing about it is you take your meat, you put your meat in there, you cook your meat, your vegetables, put your sauce, and all you do is put these noodles in there for about 2 minutes, and it's done. It is done. So good. They're pre-cooked, easy, very little cleanup, and
Yep.
I blew Tony's mind when I said, "Hey, you got to try these
Yeah.
because these are pre-cooked noodles."
Yeah. I mean, it's easier to do in a pan if you're cooking like chicken tenders or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be done in a jet boil.
Can be done in a jet bowl.
Yeah.
Sure can. And it's real easy on a scuttle.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese anytime. You can add chicken to it, make it a meal. Chili mac, anything like that is so easy to do. Now, I like having breakfast for lunch. If you don't have breakfast and you get up and want to have a brunch, if it's 11 o'clock and you're sitting around having your coffee, just sitting around talking, you're like, oh crap, it's 11 o'clock. We got to eat. Sometimes we have breakfast. It's easy, meat, cheese, and eggs, easy cleanup, easy to cook.
Well, sometimes you sleep in late in that 23:010 because you don't know when the sun comes up.
It's got the light LST, the light suppression technology. So yeah, it is dark in there. And there have been several times at camp I was the last one to get up because I have no idea that the sun is up. So yeah. Now I tell you, and it's Tuesday, and you had them once today, and probably gonna have them again. But tacos are the easiest thing in the world to make, and leftover meat is so good. Some of the best tacos that we had in South Texas were left over from a steak that we had on Christmas. And we got down there. The steak was already cooked. I had some onions cut up and peppers, put that steak in there, put them on a corn tortilla, and they were so good. So easy, so good. Tacos. Can't go wrong with tacos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can do them simple, just meat, cheese, and whatever, or you can do the salsa, lettuce, cheese, whatever. So that's easy.
Sometimes we just have like nachos instead of getting the taco shells or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you've got chips,
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Now I've figured out how to make like food truck tacos where you take like a corn tortilla and make it crispy in the
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted. I'm so addicted. They're so good because you can get them that perfect consistency where they're chewy between crunchy and soft, and I love it. And all
Yeah.
you need is just a little bit of oil where the oil is not standing but just coated in the pan, and put your tortilla down, put your stuff on there, leave it for a second, and then flip it over
Yep.
and let it cook for just a minute. And
Arla
you
does that with rotisserie chicken. She pulls apart rotisserie chicken and does that and makes them.
man, mm-mm-mm.
Anyway.
I love it. I don't know if a lot of people like this or not, but you talk about an easy lunch, boudin,
Yeah.
boudin. If you can find some Walmart carries it, it's actually good. Or if you can find somebody from South Louisiana to ship you some up here, it's a rice dish in a casing. All you do is throw it in a skillet or open fire. If you had one of those bread things, what we were talking about, you could put it in there and cook it over open fire because it's already cooked. All you got to do is heat it up. But boudin is amazing. And then, you know, leftovers. Always make sure and carry with you some freezer bags and a couple containers to put leftovers in. We always have leftovers. And
Yeah.
so
See,
if you
that's my problem is I've failed on the containers and the bags and stuff. So
yeah,
thanks for putting that out. Then.
Stasher makes some reusable silicone bags that are really good. You can wash them, reuse them. They're good. Or if you just want to take freezer bags and carry some with you, um, just take the leftover meat, vegetables, whatever. The next morning, you can make breakfast tacos. Put a little egg with it. You got it.
Yeah.
Jason says fried
Yes.
bologna. I left that off.
Yes.
I love fried bologna.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fried bologna. Yep. I know it. It's all
Yeah,
good
Eli
stuff.
says boudin is where it's at. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Chad says chicken bog. I don't know what that
Chicken
is.
bog.
Chicken bog.
I'm going to need some explanation there,
That
Chad.
must be a Kansas thing. I don't know
Chicken
what that
bog.
is. Yeah, we're gonna need to know what that is, Chad. That's cool. Try smoked boudin at Crawbilly's on Highway 65 at St. Joe. I've had their boudin there, and it is good. Right there across from my favorite place in the world, Corsi's Meats,
Yeah.
is a little Cajun
Oh,
place to eat. So
they're
really good.
they're opening up soon, right?
March, what did it say? March 6th? Maybe it's Monday. It may be, or maybe it was this past Monday. It was yesterday, March 6th. Yeah. I might be going up there this week.
I know. I might need to make a road trip. Need some more bacon.
Man. But yeah, leftovers. Make sure and carry you some freezer bags or some couple containers. Put the leftovers in. Saves money and cleans out your fridge.
Yeah.
Woo, man, I got hungry all over again.
I know it. I've just about burned through those tacos I had this morning or
Well,
for lunch. So
I bet you've got some more waiting on you.
there is some in there waiting on me.
Well, whatever it is. Oh, okay, here we have chicken bog, deep South food, shredded chicken, cooked in chicken broth, rice cooked in chicken broth, and cream of chicken soup. Ah, that's a lot of chicken stuff. That
Chicken
sounds
bog.
good. I love chicken stuff. Bags of ends and pieces must get at Corsi's. That's right. Uh,
In pieces.
they got the
You
end
ain't
pieces.
talking about no in pieces,
I'm telling you, they've got the end pieces of the bacon,
bro.
bro.
I'm on a need to know basis here.
Yeah, well,
I got to know these things.
yeah, well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh,
I guess I'm just
Taco
gonna have to go
says
to
they're
Corsi's.
open. They must have opened yesterday.
Yes.
We may be
Awesome.
going up there this weekend. Might be having make a road trip. So anyway,
Swing
well,
through
hey,
there on your way to Devil's Den.
that's not on the way. Not even close.
Not even close.
But hey, for lunch, whatever's light and easy. Sometimes you have to eat going down the road. Sometimes you find a nice spot and pull over. We love pulling over, just opening up the back, getting a few things out, enjoying the peace and quiet or the view. This past weekend, we went to Toltec Mounds. They were closed, but there was a lake that there was a Army Corps of Engineers lake that was about 8 miles away. So we just drove down there. They had places we could pull up right beside the lake and the Arkansas River, and we just got our meat, cheese, and crackers, our chicken salad, our grapes, all of our stuff out, and just enjoyed an hour and a half of just sitting there. So it was a wonderful picnic and love it. Jason says at deer camp, we always fast till dinner for steak and potatoes, onions with onions. Yeah, man, if you're going to have a big dinner, a lot of times I don't even eat. And we always usually have big dinners.
Man, I don't want to spoil the next podcast, but I can't wait to talk about our dinner that we had out there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's going to be good. Well, hey, lunch is pretty light for us. I don't want something complicated, and I don't want a big mess because most of the time I am going to eat and run. But we love to cook. We love to eat. So this is one of our favorite topics, and I've really enjoyed talking about it.
You bet, man.
I'm hungry. I'm going to have to get off here so I can go eat.
I know it.
Yeah. Well, Tony, man, it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. I hope we give everybody that was listening something to think about. And so, yeah.
Some ideas, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere, but you were here. And a lot of people are going to be listening to this later. This will be uploaded tomorrow and available on all podcast platforms. I hope you have a wonderful week. And on behalf of Tony and myself, Professor Bats and Friends wishes you a wonderful week. Look out for number 1 and don't step in number 2. We'll see you later.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What happened? What happened?
Join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Boom.